Tonight, 2 million people in 12 counties in Kenya are facing hunger caused by drought. An alert was issued in March by the National Drought Management Authority, warning that the country was likely to experience depressed rainfall in April, with a dire warning that all water pans had dried up completely. In August, the same month, same year, the same government sent a fact-finders mission to Wajir and other parts to establish what was going on. And then yesterday, we watched government officials seeking donor funding, saying we had a deficit of over 6 billion shillings to assist those in need. Now, if this story sounds familiar to you, it is because it is. The issue of drought and our government's frenzied, inadequate response is itself a perennial annual disaster that should be placed on our national calendar of events. Take a look at this report from 10 years ago in February.
Become a near-annual occurrence in the country, painting a picture of contrasts where on one hand there is plenty of food but no ready market, while on the other, biting hunger is threatening to wipe out animals and their owners alike.
In July that same year, there was this report.
This on the back of a food crisis that has now swung the government into action to boost its grain reserve that now sits at 1.7 million bags as opposed to the required 8 million bags.
And then in August of 2014, government officials were again giving us statistics in their millions.
Assessment that we have 1.5 million people affected. How long do we think we're going to sustain them? At least we are planning to be able to sustain them between now and February, March next year.
And in 2018, the government was once again unveiling drought mitigation measures.
We will not relent in terms of action, in terms of interventions, even as the drought persists. So from last year, the program has been ongoing, but as the situation persists, we will be able to intensify our efforts.
And in 2019, more people were dying, and the government was again touring the drought-stricken areas.
The death toll in Baringo County has risen to 21 after a man's body was discovered at a house in a village in Baringo sub-county. This as the government intensified efforts to mitigate the effects of the ravaging drought. Devolution Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa yet again toured Turkana County, distributing food aid, even as the government came under sharp criticism as both houses of parliament adjourned their sittings to discuss the drought situation.
So please note that all of these clips are from around the same time every year. That's between March and August. And right on cue, this month of August, government is once again seeking funding of billions of shillings, and yet again they're setting aside some of it for drought preparedness. Preparedness in August for an alert that was sent months ago in March. Now, I looked it up. The definition of preparation is, quote, a proceeding or readiness for a future event as a goal and an acceptable, accomplished final outcome, end quote. Now, going by this definition, what is this we have been preparing for over a decade? And how long exactly will it take for us to get ready? Meanwhile, millions of Kenyans continue to suffer and die year after year after year. And these Kenyans, mind you, are not lazy. They are hardworking, doing the best they can, but left to their own devices and the vagaries of weather. All they need is the government to enable their efforts and not to be in perennial preparation mode. Is it any wonder then that there are some people in this country who feel less Kenyan than others? That's my take tonight.